Hi, welcome back, preschoolers. We're here to introduce you today to a letter, and Mrs. Mormon is going to start us off. Take it away.
Hi, preschool friends. So I have a soup can here, and on the front of it is a letter. Can you guess that letter? Do you know that letter? Can you say that letter? Yep, you're right. It's letter T. And inside my soup can are some things that start with T and also the letter T. So I'm going to start by showing you the letter T. I'm going to show you a capital T first. This is capital T. And I'm going to find lowercase t in here. Here's lowercase t. Do they look just the same or do they look different from each other? They look a little bit different, don't they? Yep. Capital T crosses at the top and lowercase t looks like a cross. It crosses a little bit further down than the top. That makes them different. Now I also have some things in my can that start with letter T. Let's see. Oh, this is a cool one. Are you ready? Turtle. T is for turtle. What else is in here? Oh, some of you have been losing some of these out of your mouth. Tooth. T is for tooth. Pretty cool. Let's see what else I can find. Okay, sometimes when you eat your meals, you sit at the table. T is for table. What else do I have? Oh, this is a cool one. It reminds me of Thanksgiving. Turkey. T is for turkey. And my last thing that's in my can, it's an animal and it's striped. And we don't have them living too much around here. We see them mostly at the zoo. Can you guess what I'm thinking? Tiger. T is for tiger. I also have a story I want to share with you guys. It's called Tiptoe Joe. Did you hear that T at the beginning of the story title? Tiptoe Joe. This is a story about a little bear. You can see on the front that he's showing that people need to be quiet. I wonder, so when you tiptoe, sometimes you're very quiet. Let's find out what this story's about. Let's find out why he wants people to be so quiet. Okay, so it starts out by saying tiptoe fast. Tiptoe slow. Say hello to Tiptoe Joe. Donkey, donkey, come with me. I know something you should see. So he's talking to the donkeys. Clop, clop. The donkey is following. Rabbit, rabbit, come with me. I know something you should see. Thump, thump. I wonder where they're going. Turkey, turkey, come with me. I know something you should see. Flap, flap. I wonder where they're going. Tell us, Tiptoe Joe, what's the secret? Let us know. Flap, flap, thump, thump, clop, clop. And he's tiptoeing. Ooh, they're using some good balance skills to get across that water on that log. Looks like fun. Tiptoe, tiptoe, quiet, please. Tiptoe underneath the trees. Oh, another T word, tree. And turkey. T is for turkey, T is for tree. Moose, moose, come with me. I know something you should see. He's chewing. Owl, owl, come with me. I know something you should see. Swish, swish. Beaver, beaver, come with me. I know something you should see. Slap, slap. Tell us, Tiptoe Joe, what's the secret? Let us know. Swish, swish, slap, slap, thud, thud. Boy, he's got a lot of friends with him. I wonder where he's taking them all. Tiptoe, tiptoe, quiet, please. Tiptoe underneath the trees, thud, thud. Swish, swish, flap, flap, thump, thump, clop, clop. And he's saying, shh. He wants them to be quiet. Tiptoe lightly, point your toe. Slap, slap, swish, swish, thud, thud, flap, flap. I hope they're being quiet. Thump, thump, clop, clop. Shh. Tiptoe soft, tiptoe slow. Can you tell where he's going? It looks like he's going up to a cave. Tell us, Tiptoe Joe. What's the secret? Let us know. Tiptoe, tiptoe, softly creep. Oh, I wonder what's in that cave. Here's my secret. Fast asleep. Oh, it's little bear cubs. How cute is that? That's why they had to tiptoe all the way there. They didn't want to wake up the baby bears. That's the end of my story about Tiptoe Joe. And now Mrs. Wallace is going to show us some things.
Boys and girls. So I went around my house to see if I could find some things that started with the letter T that make the sound tut, tut. So I was getting ready for breakfast. So I had some toast. And I like to have tea with my toast. I also found some tape, some tongs, and I found a picture of my goddaughter, Tessa. So maybe you can find some things around your house that start with the letter T. Maybe you can send us a picture of some of the things you found that start with the letter T. We have a couple of pages in our packet to work on. There's one that looks like this. We found a tractor. You can color the tractor that starts with the letter T. Then down here, there's some uppercase letter T's that we're going to trace in a minute. Now, normally in my class, we don't always work on these. So it's okay if this isn't something that they do, but you can go ahead and try. It's fun to try. So this, we're going to take this here, and I'm going to get out a marker. I'm going to start with the first line that goes down. We start at the top, and we go down, and then we make a line on top. In my class, we always talk about lines and curves, and this letter only has lines, doesn't it? One line down and one line across. And then on the other page, Mrs. Mormon and Mrs. Holstein's class, I think, have done these before, but my class hasn't. We're going to get out the bingo, the little dauber, and we're going to find the letter T's. So first of all, we're going to look for the uppercase T's, the ones with the line and the line on top that doesn't look like the cross, and we're going to see how many we can find. So I'm going to take my dauber, and I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I found 7. Is that how many you found? Maybe you'll find one that I didn't find. You have to tell me. And then we're going to find the lowercase letters. That's the ones that look like a cross. So we'll find those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I found 12. I wonder how many you can find. All right. Mrs. Holstein has something else for you to do.
Thank you, Mrs. Wallace. So the one that Mrs. Wallace just did was one that most of us have seen before if you're in Mrs. Mormon's class or Mrs. Holstein's class. These are getting to be easier and easier as the year goes on. We're getting better and better at the skill of finding our letters. So we have a challenge page for you. This page is our challenge page. It's a little bit trickier. Not all the T's look the same. We still have capital and we still have lowercase, but some are really fat and some are really thin. So we're gonna look for all of these T's. Now it says, follow the T through the path. Here's our arrow. The arrow means that's where we start. So that's our first T. I'm gonna hit it. Now we need to find the next T. Where does the path go? Right here. Now it's going to come over here to this capital. Whenever you're following a path, you're looking for the T that is touching the one that you just daubed. So we just daubed this one. Here's the T that's touching that one. And this one. Now it looks like it's going to go over here. Come down, down. Now it's coming back to the side. I want to get all the way to this arrow down here. So I keep following the T's. Oh, I thought that was a T, but it's actually a J. So I've got to go back over, come down, down, over, and over. I did it. I made it all the way from the start arrow down the path to the finish arrow. Now, boys and girls, I really want you to do this page first before we do this back side. Because if you do this one first, you're gonna cut off the end of that path. So if you remember, do the path first and then come to this side. Most of you know, we've already talked about how to trace the letters. Mrs. Wallace told us how to trace. That's what it's asking us to do here. Oops, what did I forget, boys and girls? What always goes on our paper first so we know whose special work this is? Our names. Practice writing your name on the name line because even though you're at home, we still want to see that it's your work. So I'm writing Mrs. Holstein right on top. So you can see this is my work I'm doing. Now you can trace the big capital T, but see this T, boys and girls? It's not how we do a T at school. So we're gonna put a big X through it. See that big X? That's gonna remind you that that's not how we do a T at school. Here's a tooth for you to color. Some more T's to find. This is also a path from start to finish. You could use a crayon in that. You can use a marker. You could just take your pencil and put little X's through it if you would like to do it that way too. Here's a house. I'm going to come back to that in a second, boys and girls, but let's look at the tracing down here because I do want you to remember how to trace a lowercase t. So the first one is just like Mrs. Wallace showed us. It's a capital. Let me turn around here. The capital goes all the way from the top to the bottom and a line across the top. You see that T, boys and girls? It's a little bit tricky. Now the lowercase goes almost to the top and down, and then it's a line right through the middle. We call that the belt line. You'll learn and hear that a lot more later. So let's try it one more time. Capital T, and then a lowercase t right through the belt line, just like that. You can try it 2 more times. Here's the fun part. On the bottom of this page are colors for you to cut, or pictures for you to cut out and color if you would like. And we're going to pick 2 of these pictures that are going to go in the house. It says glue the pictures that start with a T in the tea house. So let's listen to what these are, and let's listen and see if we can hear a t, t, t. This is a screw. Do you hear t? I don't hear it either. How about this one? Yarn, yarn. T, t. There's no T. This, boys and girls, is a tent. Tent. I hear it. Do you hear it too? I'll say it one more time. Tent. And here's one of my favorite foods. Taco. Taco. So I'm going to cut out the tent and the taco and put them in the tea house. Boys and girls, I can't wait to see your finished work when you do this page at home. One more thing I wanted to tell you about is a fun game that you can play at home. Have you ever heard of the game called tic-tac-toe? This is a picture of the game tic-tac-toe. Now these people made a tic-tac-toe game out of painting rocks, and you could do that at home if you want to, but you can also just draw tic-tac-toe on a piece of paper with a crayon and play it with a parent or maybe with an older brother or sister. It's a really fun game.
So boys and girls, I wanted to tell you a couple things that you could do at home too. So in our story about Tiptoe Joe, what was he doing? He was tiptoeing. So you could tiptoe around your house. You could have maybe just your whole family do it. You could tiptoe somewhere. Maybe you could lay some paper on the floor in a path, and you could tiptoe on that path. You could make crazy squiggly paths. You could make straight line paths. Maybe you could make a path to a secret place that you guys are all tiptoeing to together, just like in our story. I thought of something else too. Maybe you could do some toe touches. Maybe you could do 10 toe touches. Toe touches are when you're standing up and you bend from the waist and touch your toes. It's a nice way to exercise. So those are some fun things you could do at home. And we are so glad that you joined us today, and we will see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, friends.